An emotional ceremony at the White House yesterday. President Obama signed a bill honoring the memory of 4 young girls killed in 1963 by a bomb planted at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. The bombing shocked the nation and helped propel the historic Civil Rights Act through Congress the following year.
Now, those children were among the youngest, but certainly not the only victims of white supremacist violence in 1963. Civil rights leader Medgar Evers was murdered in his own front yard in Jackson, Mississippi. At the time of his death, he was deep in a battle to change the face of television. Randall Pinkston reports.
We're not just interested in voting so that conditions will be improved for Negroes. We want conditions improved for everybody.
That was Medgar Evers on CBS News in 1962. But when Evers was fighting for civil rights in Mississippi, he could not get on the news in his home state. Myrlie Evers was his wife and the mother of their 3 children.
Your husband was the field secretary of the NAACP. Was he ever asked to comment on civil rights matters by TV stations?
In Mississippi?
Yes.
No, of course not.
Few people of color appeared on Jackson, Mississippi's main TV station, WLBT.
It was a form of suppression.
Myrlie Evers recalls how the screen would sometimes go dark even when black entertainers came on.
We were blocked from seeing successful people of our own race appear anywhere. I can recall my eldest son saying to me, "Mommy, the television's broken again."
As the civil rights movement grew, the dominant point of view on WLBT was from the segregationist Citizens Council.
The civil rights proposals currently being studied by the Congress. These range all the way from blackmail to bribery to threats.
For 6 years, Evers wrote letters to the station pleading for equal time and was turned down repeatedly by station manager Fred Beard.
He was a militant segregationist. He was deeply ideologically involved in maintaining white supremacy in the South.
Former Mississippi Governor William Winter says 99% of white Mississippians were segregationists at the time. So was he.
On local TV and in the local media, the print media, it was a one-sided story all the way.
But Evers did not give up.
What kept your husband going?
His determination to do whatever he could possibly do to turn this state and help the nation accept us as citizens with full rights of citizenship.
Here in Jackson, there is not one single Negro policeman.
Evers sued the city of Jackson to desegregate schools and called for equal access to public accommodations. Then on WLBT, Jackson Mayor Alan Thompson criticized the NAACP as outside agitators. Evers was finally granted time to respond May 20th, 1963.
The setting is different, but this is the room where Medgar Evers made his historic speech at WLBT. It was the first time Mississippians had seen a local African-American perspective on civil rights.
Evers spoke for 17 minutes. We were unable to find a recording of the speech. Mrs. Evers read excerpts.
The Negro has been in America since 1619. This country is his home. Let me appeal to the conscience of many silent, responsible citizens of the white community who know that a victory for democracy in Jackson will be a victory for democracy everywhere.
Many white viewers who flooded the station's switchboard were outraged.
WLBT.
Will you please get the damn off there?
There's just one damn thing the Supreme Court can't make me do is look at that black son of a.
What are you people of Mississippi gonna do? Just stand by and let the take over?
They better get his black off or I'm gonna come up there and take him off.
Myrlie Evers believes her husband's groundbreaking speech made him a more visible target.
I can't emphasize enough the fact that if you challenged any tradition, certainly in Mississippi, your life was on the line.
1 month after his TV appearance, Evers was killed by an assassin's bullet. He was 37. The National Archives in Maryland retains the records of Evers' quest for equal time. It became a legal battle that ultimately forced the Federal Communications Commission to revoke WLBT's license and award it to new owners who shared Evers' vision.
His efforts began the process that opened the doors to people who had been shut out.
That's me in the blue blazer and orange shirt. I got my first on-air job at WLBT in 1971, anchoring the 10 o'clock news.
More blacks are registered to vote now than ever before in Mississippi's history.
The station became and remains an industry leader in diversity, and it began with Medgar Evers.
He was the man on the horse out there leading the charge and gave courage and encouragement and support to people who largely had been without hope.
We broke barriers, and more people of color did away with their fear and joined in the movement to crush segregation.
Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Jackson, Mississippi.
What a great story. And what I also like about it is we see Randall Pinkston's career come full circle. He looked very sharp in that suit back then, by the way. I came up with the ranks with Randall, through the ranks with Randall. That was his final story for CBS News after some 30 years. One of the great gentlemen of this business. He will be missed here at CBS. Thanks, Randall.